That's your first day. That's your first day. Welcome to Snowfall.
Damn, I never went to hell in that rap.
Boss man be like, nigga, what you doing?
Oh man, who you waiting for? Everybody?
Who would do this?
Pues el Teddy, I guess. Nos pintamos.
He's the CIA. He'll find us.
Coming after us. Not worth his time.
That's how we're gonna live? On the run?
Got $13 million.
Okay, he cleaned me out, stole all my money, and I need to know how I can find him.
If I tell you, he'll know I'm the rat.
He'll do it to you next. You know he will. I could bring him down before any of that happens.
It's the way he's the government. He always wins. You can't beat him.
Just I saved your life.
I saved yours too, remember? I need to protect my family, Moreno. Hope you make it out okay.
Oh, so. Oh, so.
Hey, Gustavo. Remember me?
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Snowfall, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Snowfall Season 6, and we're going to be talking about early predictions for your boy Gustavo. You already know we had to talk about him because I got a feeling he's going to have a major decision to make in this next upcoming season. So down below, I want you guys to let me know, what do you think Gustavo's next move is going to be? And also make sure you checked out my last few Snowfall videos. I dropped the early predictions for Uncle Jerome, and I also dropped the Man Boy's Journey Part 1. And if you're a fan of BMF, check out the BMF Season 2 Be Mickey What to Expect video that I dropped yesterday, and also the BMF Season 2 Terry and Markeisha What to Expect video as well. But let's talk about the topic of discussion, Gustavo. We already know what happened to him at the end of Season 5. He got hemmed up by the boys. The DEA came in, they was following Gustavo, and they got him. Tony Moreno, he returned, and he was on a mission. He was on a mission, and he made sure he got Gustavo, and I got a feeling he ain't done. I believe in Season 6, we're going to see more of his character, and we will be talking about his character in this video. Now, in the season finale, we know Gustavo, he was bugged at his spot, and he was trying to figure out who did it. He said he guessed it was Teddy, right? And that was an easy choice. I mean, we know how Teddy been moving in Season 5, so it made a lot of sense on why Gustavo would think it was Teddy, and a lot of fans thought it was him as well. We don't 100% know if it was Teddy or the DEA. That's the crazy part. Now, I will say this. A few episodes before the season finale, Teddy and Gustavo, they met up. And Teddy literally showed Gustavo all of his recording equipment, his bugging devices and stuff like that, his wireless transmitters. I mean, he was showing him all types of different things, right? So for Gustavo to think it was Teddy, it makes sense in his head because he's like, man, I just saw all this stuff that this dude had. Now, we know Teddy needed Gustavo's help because he wanted him to help him, plant certain things around Franklin. He needed his help. And to me, this scene right here, it showed that Teddy has some type of trust in Gustavo still. You know what I'm saying? He showed that because he told him his concerns about Franklin. He said, Franklin's been messing up. He don't necessarily trust him, and we gotta watch him. So for Teddy to even tell Gustavo this shows you he has some type of, trust within him. So for Teddy to bug Gustavo's spot, it makes it kind of, weird, right? But then again, if he can get any intel on Franklin's conversations with Gustavo that he can take advantage of, trust and believe Teddy would do it. But then again, is it really smart for Teddy to do this? Because you don't want to break that trust that you believe you have with Gustavo. Because if you do that, you got to be ready for those consequences, right? Now, let's talk about Tony Moreno. This is a guy that, of course, he's working for the DEA. He had a big case on Franklin Saint back in the day. And Teddy was the one that destroyed and messed all of that up. He helped, Franklin get off the murder charge. We know he helped, with the whole federal witness. That messed everything up with their investigation. He talked about this back in Season 4 when he was having a conversation with Irene. Remember, he popped up in season 4. He gave Irene, the reporter, he gave her intel on Teddy, but he told her, you never met me before. You know what I'm saying? We don't know each other. This never happened. So he wanted to be, you know, a silent partner in all this. He didn't want nobody knowing that he did this, right? And she used the information that she gave him, but we know what ended up happening to Irene. Teddy took her out, and she was getting close. She was definitely getting close, but she met her fate. Now, we haven't seen him since season 4. He pops back up in season 5 at the wedding. Everybody was wondering, what is he up to? Hell, some people forgot who he was, and he pops up at the wedding. He's bugging the place. And Gustavo, Avi, everybody's there. They're talking about all types of stuff. We know they high off that LSD. It ain't looking too good at the wedding. Y'all know what Scully did at that wedding. Now, I believe he used the intel that he got at the wedding, and he started to track Gustavo down. We know in the season finale, we can see a car following Gustavo, and we already know who that car was. It was the DEA. They was following this guy. They was waiting for the perfect opportunity to go in and to get him, right? Now, the whole bugging thing, it does make sense for him to do it. I mean, he has the equipment as well. He can go in and he can bug up a spot just like that. He proved it at the wedding. I mean, that's his job. And all the signs definitely pointed at him and his team as far as who was tracking down Gustavo. We saw it at the end of the season finale. Now, we know Gustavo planned on getting up out of there. He had 13 million and he went to go collect it, and we know what ended up happening to him. And I know he was pissed off because the whole time he's thinking like, man, I know Teddy done bugged me. He done did this and that. But the DEA, they pick him up. So I know he feels some type of way about that. And that's going to be a major concern in season 6 when it comes to Gustavo and his storyline. We know in the season finale, he did have a conversation with Franklin about giving up Teddy. But Gustavo said, I can't do that. I got to protect my family. Teddy would know I ratted him out. Franklin was telling him like, look, he's going to do it to you too. You know what I'm saying? Eventually he's going to get you, which he may not be lying. But as I told you guys, we know that Teddy has some sense of trust within Gustavo at that point in time. Things can change. We know what Teddy did to Franklin, and it was based off all the crazy stuff that happened. That's why Teddy was moving the way he was moving with Franklin. He didn't trust him, and he was watching his every move. I still believe that Teddy was going to screw all of them when it was all said and done. And in season 6, I think we're going to see more of what Teddy really wanted to do, or is going to try to do by the end of the season. Now, let's talk about Gustavo's choice, his decision that he is going to have to make. We know the DEA, they're on him. They got the 13 million. They've been tracking him from the looks of it, and they want intel. Tony, he wants Teddy. As I told you guys, if you go back to season 4, he is telling Irene, like, look, Franklin got off because of Teddy for real. And we know he told Irene, like, look, we need to get the person that's protecting Franklin Saint. That is who we need to get. But we know Teddy's going to be a little bit harder to get. But if he's able to get him, that will be a huge win for him in the DEA. I mean, for Irene to get that close and boom, Teddy takes her out. For Teddy to help out Franklin with the whole murder case, the federal witness, this is very personal for Tony. And I believe he's going to try to use the intel that he has. And I believe he's going to try to get Gustavo to give him some intel on Teddy. The question is, will Gustavo actually do this? We talked about this at the end of season 5, if Gustavo is going to give up some intel on Teddy. I told you guys, Gustavo is about family. He will do anything to protect his family. They made that a point at the very beginning of the season when Gustavo was having that conversation outside with Teddy. He pretty much told him, man, look, I'm a family man. I'm about my family. I'm just trying to make sure we all good. He told Franklin, look, I got to protect my family. So when the DEA, they put that time in his face or information or evidence that they do have on Gustavo, and they tell him like, look, it's whether you give us some intel or you're never going to see your family again. What do you guys think Gustavo is going to do? Now, I will say this. I do think Gustavo is going to get out. And I'm just basing it on some of the things that I've seen behind the scenes that they be putting up. As you saw at the very beginning of this video, we seen Gustavo in all black with the black tie. We seen Franklin Saint in all black with the black tie. We already broke down stuff in the past about certain attire. And when they wear things like this, usually is at a funeral. Somebody got dropped off. So will we see that in season 6? Oh, I'm pretty sure we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure we're going to see something. We're going to see a lot of bodies getting dropped off in season 6. One of the last things is we don't even know all the evidence that they do have on Gustavo. I mean, maybe they don't have enough. I mean, we know we got the 13 million and who knows what else the DEA done got. but I'm pretty sure it's going to be something. Your boy Gustavo, I can see him getting out. I just hope he's safe. And he got to think, man, if Teddy was in his position, what would Teddy do? Would Teddy give him up? You already know Teddy would not hesitate to give up Gustavo or Franklin or Aunt Louie, Uncle Jerome, Leon, any of them. He won't hesitate at all. He ain't about those games. When it comes to this mission and his freedom, Teddy gonna do whatever it takes to keep those things and get the victory. I just hope your boy Gustavo comes up with a brilliant game plan. Maybe him and Franklin can get together and they can figure this out, because taking down Teddy is not going to be easy. They're going to need everybody, right? And we know Gustavo told Franklin, you can't beat him. You know what I'm saying? He's the government, man. It's going to be very difficult. But we have to remember, Teddy has a lot of enemies on his plate in season 6. He got Tony Moreno in the DEA. He got Ruben in the KGB. He got Franklin Saint and his moms. I mean, they ain't playing around. At the end of the day, it's not going to be no happy endings for nobody, in my opinion. I just can't see it. I got a feeling it's going to be, hell for everybody in the final season of Snowfall. But y'all let me know. What do y'all think your boy Gustavo going to be on? Will he give up Teddy to the DEA? Will he say, you know what, my family means more than trying to protect this dude who's probably going to turn on me anyway? Or will he not say anything and end up taking a whole lot of time? You know what I'm saying? We're going to find out very, very soon. We still have more characters to talk about. We still waiting on them to give us that official date of the season 6 premiere, but we know based on the last 2 seasons, which was in February, that's what a lot of people are expecting, but we shall see. But I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.